Now it lets me fucking start. Okay, so I tried to start a couple of seconds early and it wouldn't let me. Stupid StreamYard. Bad enough they're starting to put ads everywhere. Craig is in the chat. Hey, Craig. And of course, everybody's favorite Rob is there too.
Hey, Craig and Rob.
So, welcome to Beer Analysis 101. Welcome to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Star, aka Star Bubble Lord, tonight because we are doing Flying Monkeys Velvet Bubble Lord. It kind of is.
Oh,
hi, Nick. I haven't interrupted you yet tonight. How are you tonight, Nick?
No, you've been doing a good job of interrupting me, Greg. We'll get to you in a moment.
Have I done it online though? I don't think I have.
No, I'm pretty sure you were blurting out something when I started.
We've been online the whole time, Greg. We weren't live, but we were online.
Yep.
Well,
right up
fair enough.
My browser.
Fair enough. All right. Literal beard.
Now we got that interrupting out of the way. Let's put somebody who's been nice enough not to interrupt me when the chat starts. Hey, there's Lady Lee.
Rob.
And Rob.
Hi.
How's it going tonight?
Robbie Lee.
Ooh, you get the unicorn going.
There's the unicorn.
We're good.
Robbie Lee or Lady Rob? How about that?
And you got Rob with the stash going, rocking the stash tonight. The secret stash.
Yeah, and it's
the secret stash.
The secret stash.
Right on.
There's a secret behind that stash.
Okay. So we'll either ask online or ask offline in a bit.
There's actually none. I'm just going along with comments and saying random stuff.
Right.
We have a selection of drinking vessels this evening.
We have our.
Since it's May.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you get the Star Wars stuff going on.
Fancy.
All right. We'll come back here in a moment. We got Redbeard, host of Redbeard Gaming, Redbeard's Beer Review, etc.
So
come back to Earth, man.
Yeah.
We're enough. I just saw this terrifying.
Anyway, so. Oh yeah, the Kingdom Come Deliverance. Oh, who plays games like that? Jesus.
I had a good time with that tonight. It was fun.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Jesus. Right. Anyway, so how you doing tonight there, Redbeard?
My goodness.
Sweet. Right on.
Good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired after putting up with Brandon's crap.
Wow.
Today.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Brandon. Again.
Why don't you work harder so that Nick's life is a little easier?
Exactly.
Yeah, quit slacking off and making him take all the workload.
Pretty sure it's the other way around. But anyway, thank you, Carrie. Let's go over to Greg, and Greg's gonna carry us out and say how he's doing tonight while I pregame with a soul.
I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired. Been in the sun most of the day, but got stuff done around the house today. So yay! And now I'm gonna drink a beer. So double yay! Oh, but it's a sour. So.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm good otherwise.
Right.
GLB didn't deliver my beer order today, so I'm sad.
Oh. Yeah.
They're looking into it, mainly like we don't give a fuck.
Well, the sun was shining. Why didn't you go for a bike ride?
I should have, but I didn't.
That's my How dare you not go for your cardiovascular workout?
I went
a good ride there yesterday.
I went yesterday and I had a whole shit ton of stuff that needed to be done around the house today. So that's my reasoning.
That's fair. So you're enjoying your consecutive days of sunshine.
Actually, you'll like this part, Nick. I took so you got the holes in the cement that the ladders go in, but they get all sorts of
cement. That's where you're going with this. Holes.
Yes. It isn't anything sexual. You can make it sexual, but it's not meant to be. So you got the holes that you have to put the.
You automatically assume when it comes to Greg.
So I took a big vacuum, but it's the blower thing, whatever that thing called, the blower. And I want to get all the crap out from the winter, so I blew into them and just basically got liquid feces all over. It's not actual feces, but it fucking stinks like feces. Got it all over myself. So I did that with all 4 holes, and I was filthy.
Four holes.
Wow.
All 4
You're blowing in the holes, you get feces all over your face. No shit.
Yep. And then I jumped in the pool and got it all in the pool too. So it's like now my filter has to clean it out. So there you go, Nick. I got covered in muck today.
At least it's chlorinated. It's got all those Greg goblins out of the pool already. So
Greg with the scat play.
There's been no Greg goblins introduced to the pool. The tape is long gone. That was thrown. It was a weird fucking. It's like a weird fucking jellyfish that I found in the pool.
Oh, God. Greg's jizz jellyfishes.
A jizzy fish.
Wow. All right. Okay.
There's been no semen in the pool this year, but give it time.
Yet.
Right. On that note, let's get started with the Velvet Bubble Lord before we go completely off the rails, which we already have. So, Velvet Bubble Lord, let me read the little, very brief history I wrote for this thing. Of course, I had to reboot this. Here we go. All right. So, Flying Monkeys Velvet Bubble Lord Blueberry Sour. As we've looked at Flying Monkeys before, as recently as like 2 weeks ago, I think, when we did a re-review of Sparkle Puff. Won't go into too much detail. Say that the brewery started as Robert Simpson Brewing Co. in 2005. Opened in Barrie, Ontario by Peter Chiodo and his wife Andrea. They changed the name in late 2008 to the more interesting Flying Monkeys name, which was a successful move for the brewery. Over the years, they've become well known for their IPAs and other creative styles of beers they've produced. Yay. So, Velvet Bubble Lord is a 6% ABV, 15 IBU fruited sour made with 2-row pale malt and crystal maple malt, mosaic hops, and blueberry puree, blueberry powder, and leaves from the lemon verbena shrub. And brewed with a special Philly sour yeast. It was first introduced in June of 2022. So summer 2022 is when this came out. Sounds interesting. Can says fresh blueberry puree, citrus lemon verbena flow with velvety bubbles and a fruity magenta buoyancy with tart gamay quips and tannic pinot noir repartee, closing with acidic floral whispers, you fucking hipsters. All right, so yeah, I do love the fact that they put like the address on here as Flying Monkeys Craft Brewery, 107 Dunlop Street, Barrie, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Milky Way, the universe, infinity.
It's been like that for like as long as I can remember. Too.
Yeah, they want to be all inclusive, and they want everyone to be able to locate it.
Maybe they're randomly shooting cans of beer off into random directions in space, and if the alien finds it, they want to know how to get back.
Intend to preserve this, like Elon Musk's Tesla. They're gonna find it someday orbiting around the sun, and remember an Elon before he was racist. So,
well, and you got to think to any alien that finds that can is going to instinctually know that it's called the Milky Way and Earth. And you know that's what it's called everywhere.
Well, that's what we call it, and they'll know what we call it. But
yeah, I know.
You can extrapolate. All right, so let's get down to the comments we have with us before getting our histories. I'm going to say we already know.
I gotta point out. Look at the head on this beer. Is anyone else's head really like it's a very weird and thin head?
Yeah,
it's
velvety.
It's kind of a head. That's kind of a typical sour head. Like
I don't think I've ever noticed that.
It's usually, oh my god, mine.
I don't know if I would call that velvety. That looks more like satiny.
What is happening?
Focus on red beer.
What the fuck, red beer?
I'm covered in beer. Oh god, no!
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, what the fuck just happened? Oh my god, it's so wet.
You're wet. All right, so I'm gonna read the comments.
Jake.
So,
all right, Jamie, there's your clip.
Craig is in the chat saying, "Good evening, all. Cheers, Craig. Nice to see you. Cheers, Craig from Lady Lee. Brandon's in the chat. Was gonna join in, grab my Bubble Lord out of the fridge. Realized he already drank a few last week, and he only has a Sparkle Pluff left. Oh well. Brandon, this has been a busy week. Yes, it has been kind of crazy. Kent says, "Cheers, Lee." Lee Russell says, "Nick loses some weight and suddenly he thinks he can bike ride shame everyone." I'm looking at Greg's ride on Strava right now, and that fucker just did a 40K. That's more than I've done outside, and that's like their first ride of the year, isn't it, Greg?
Yeah, and my butthole feels great today.
Yeah, I bet. Of course, I mean, it takes a pounding all the time. So, all right. Lee Russell says this beer sounds like foo bullshit ass water. I mean, you're probably not wrong, but we will see. That's really foamy.
This is quite the soundtrack.
Not.
Sorry.
It sounds like Carrie's just pounding one out.
It's like, what?
Oh wow, Gary, what the fuck? Jesus, don't you have any chill? Can't you wait till after the show?
He got
All
a
right,
little excited. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
The man likes sours.
I feel like my it's pretty rocky, but I feel like mine's at least thicker than Greg's.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too, right? Yeah, right. Okay, so
he made a penis joke.
All right, so let's circle back around. Let's go to the power couple over here and say, Lee, what's your history with this beer?
This one I have none. I bought 3 cans in Ottawa because I thought we couldn't find it in North Bay, but then they just popped up in North Bay. So Carrie didn't need one. So we have an extra can.
Wow.
That is it.
I probably could have done with a fresher can, I'm assuming, or something, because that was.
I don't think ours is fresh.
Ours is February 14th.
Did yours explode like a fucking small grenade?
No, it did not.
Then yours is better than mine.
Mine's February 12th.
Like, holy fuck.
It does have an interesting aftertaste currently.
Yeah, mine's the same age as Greg's, February 12th.
Mine's December or something of last year. I can't totally.
Really?
It's either October or December of last year. And it's been sitting at Sobeys, not in the fridge for that whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I've got
Carrie's got the Donald Trump hand gestures down. That has been sitting at Sobeys. Not good.
So long. Longest time.
People there.
All recommend.
That people on both sides, Superstore and Loblaw.
That's both our
right.
histories. So I don't know.
Great.
I don't know if you have more to say.
Okay.
No history.
All right, so that's pretty much your history for both of you. Okay, so let's go over to Carrie and see what his history is. Imagine you've actually got the history tonight, don't you? Have you ever had this before?
I've had it a couple. No, I think I only had it once. Like when I first saw it a while back, I had it. It was okay, but nothing special. And
spoilers.
Now I'm having some more. Whenever
That's a good observation, Carrie.
I'm having more now.
Whenever my porn star level head becomes more of average person style head, I guess you could say. Yeah, this is insane.
Wait for it to become short and thick, like a neck.
Ooh.
With legs.
Oh, but it's
Thick,
like
thick,
it's
legs.
supercharged. I just poured about a tablespoon in. It's like head right back up again.
Maybe it's gonna be super sour.
Yeah, super sour.
I don't know. Yay! I'm super happy that I stopped
it is
playing.
very velvet and bubbly.
All right.
We're sorry you got to hang out with us.
WEN. No, I'm having fun. I'm at a spot in the game where I was like, fuck, I don't want to. Yeah, it was just bad timing on my part. But anyway.
All right.
There you go.
Let's keep moving on. Thank you, Carrie. Let's go to Greg and see what his history is.
Well, I mean, what I've drank, I thought I had this before, but it's not been untapped. And now, come to think of it, I usually don't buy sours unless there's a reason to, such as an anal that I have to buy the sour for. So, anal, the things you do for anal, right? So, I don't think I've actually had this before. And so there you go. His history in the making, and I'm drinking it.
Greg's story.
And mine has no head right now.
Yeah, mine's died off. Mine went from like looking decent to actually. I'm gonna put my it's my turn. Mine went from looking decent and turned into what Greg had, and then now it's just the same way as Greg's. So get out of my head, Greg.
So specify he's talking to his beer and nothing else.
That's right. So yeah, my history with this is exactly the same as Lady Lee's is in Rob's. I've never had this before. I bought a can and figured, hey, I got a brand new Flying Monkeys we never could get before. So I decided, screw it. I forget. I think I might have cut off Greg because he was blathering when he was giving his history. Did you actually give your full history? I can't hear him. So yeah, so I'm gonna assume he has. So let's go to the comments here. Greg said looks like fish eggs. You're not wrong. Happens to every guy, Carrie, talking about his beer.
Premature
exploding
ejaculation.
prematurely.
It's great. It's awesome.
Dick
happens
pulling with
sometimes.
sandpaper featuring Carrie McEwen. And I could have told you to never buy a beer at Sobeys. Yeah, that's
And it turns
No,
turns
dude.
out that while my headphone works upstairs, apparently there's no microphone attached to this, or it's not on this mic.
I've bought many a beer at Sobeys with zero issue at all.
I mean, it's just
But you generally, it's like they sell Haze Mama and stuff, and other GLB products were like, I'll pick it up, check the date, usually pretty fresh in the fridge. But yeah, they have their wall of fridges. Like as far as grocery stores go, Sobeys here in North Bay has far and away the most refrigerated beer. Independent, almost everything's everywhere else. Almost everything just sits out to die. Sobeys,
GLB is also pretty good about rotating their product. Like they literally just have. Like I was literally at the strip mall over there a few weeks back, and I could see the GLB car was there, and they're taking all the old beer out of the whatever convenience store they were selling it.
really?
Dropping off fresh beer. So it's like,
'Cause
yeah, they're
that's-
pretty good about rotating.
I feel like it's more they're more good about rotating down.
Well, we got
Closer-
Catboy and Cookie Girl there.
Like they're not so good at the rotating up here in North Bay, like down where you are. They're a lot closer to the brewery up here. in North
Yeah,
Bay.
they'd have to
Like,
get someone to drive all the way out there.
Like
It's a trek.
when the beer first went into convenience stores for the first month and a half or 2 months or so, it's like sweet octopus wants to fight, awesome. Now the beers have been in the convenience stores for a while. You're still finding that same date on the octopus wants to fight and shit. Like some of them, and I don't know what's happening with GLB right now, at least here in North Bay. But the freshest can of fucking Haze Mama I can find is from March. Like nothing from April even, or fucking like nothing.
Well,
just
March is still fine.
no, Haze Mama, in my opinion, depending if it's been refrigerated the whole time, yes. But it's a beer that I love when it's fucking fresh and delicious, and then it'll fucking just take a nosedive out of nowhere. Like the malty flavor, just it's but like the one LCBO here in town has cans that are from February 28th, all the freshest ones, and they taste like shit. And this is still not fully poured in here. This is insane.
Well,
Okay, wait, there we go. There,
you can always shoot GLB a message, and they'll probably respond. I mean, they probably have their own internal dates of what they consider acceptable or not. But
no, yeah, I'm not sure how the LCBO would it sit in the warehouse for a month unrefrigerated, then get thrown in the fridge? Because with IPAs, that can really make a big impact. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I bought up all those IPAs during our Trudeau tax vacation, and I think I bought them at the beginning of January, if I remember correctly, or whenever. I bought it like a week before the thing ended. And I'll tell you, with most of the IPAs were totally fine until I started hitting about the second half of April. Then suddenly I started noticing them drop off, and I was like, all right, gotta drink these up quickly now. So yeah, that was my own little experiment, I suppose. But again, none of them were New England IPAs, so.
Lee's saying
But
the beer's not stored in the fridge. Like I used to have a job where I cleaned hood fans. You might not know this, but
you cleaned hood fans.
Wow.
Sobeys.
That was actually the worst in the Moose, right?
No, come on, Nick, don't be ridiculous.
I don't know if I worked that place. Anyway, and we walked to the back, and the beer, until it's put in the fridge, just stays. And the back area is a bit cooler than room temperature, it seemed like. But yeah, I guess depending on how quick the beer sells and stuff, it would get put in again, some of it when it comes in is maybe kind of stored in the fridge because it goes right into the fridge. But
the Sobeys, I don't know, maybe it's a bigger one. But the Sobeys that we have here has beer. They like the big one in town's got a shelf, like a cooled shelf, and the one out here in Quispam is Rosse has got actual coolers with the open doors for the beer. But they're like newly renovated Sobeys too. So.
But again, what he's saying, like until like when the beer first comes in, if the fridge is full, that beer is going to sit in their.
Oh, it's gonna sit out
area.
back. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not stored in the fridge. I think that's what he's saying.
It's like
which-
LCB.
yeah.
AMBL
Like,
does the same shit.
the beer store, aside from their like shitty selection and like they actually generally do have everything in the fridge. I almost bought something tonight called not elbows up, but something else up. It was like a play on that. I can't remember what it was.
I have another Canadian beer. It's the milk bag one or something.
That's the one I saw today. Make milk bags great again.
Yeah, I have that one in the fridge too. I bought this one. So I'm good.
Elbows up.
Cowbell.
Yeah. So, cowbell. That's what I was saying, Nick. I don't know if you guys get cowbell or not, but that's.
No. I think we've had cowbell in the past. I should take a look. I think I had their cowbell red, and I was thinking about maybe getting us to do it, but I think.
I mean, they're probably if they're smart right now to make some money, they should send it to every province that's not Alberta, and milk the fact that.
I can get 3 cowbell beers right now. I can get Bobcat Red, Hazy Days IPA, and Sunsplash Session IPA.
Currently,
sure
Greg,
see, but I'm having it in Molson Canadian glass, so yay to that.
Currently, they're not necessarily available to ship it everywhere. Like again, my one of the things Carney wants to do by I think he said by Canada Day is to have it like to tear down all of the stupid interprovincial border rules. Like
that doesn't mean that the liquor stores are going to stock all the product from across the country, though.
You know what? They're going to have the option to now, and I feel like
I want to see way more Quebec beers here because Quebec said some fucking great shit.
More.
Still,
I haven't seen anything around here that's anything close like that. The place Guy brought me to, Brouhaha, whatever. But like more and more independent kind of places, like here in Ontario, if you sell food, you're able to have like a beer fridge and stuff, and it's becoming more prevalent. And like some places, especially in Toronto where Greg lives, there's probably going to be a bunch of bougie places that are going to be like, import Alberta and fucking fancy, and that makes me so happy.
It'll be nice at least if you can order from places, and obviously that's a place by place. I mean, it's kind of weird that you have to be in Toronto to get GLB or Amsterdam delivered to you, since both those companies are more than big enough that they could ship out to North Bay if they wanted to. They could ship out to wherever. They choose not to, but but it'll be interesting to see. If you can get stuff from Quebec, that would be pretty
It is weird, especially when you think about how many smaller breweries in Toronto.
You can get rid of the other one.
I can go and order from. Like Bellwoods is pretty big. I'd say like they're more like of a high end, I guess, like a premium brewery, I guess you'd say, where like all their beers, like something arrives at the LCBO that's new, it's probably going to be $5 a can.
Oh yeah,
again, GLB I can buy Haze Mama for $3.65, but some of the Bellwood stuff, like it's like the full on like those like super turbid, insane hazies, or like Jelly King. They do some amazing sour stuff. Like they do. They got the little thing they do when they do it, and they do it well, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, the thing with Bellwoods is, especially their primary location on Ossington, where they've literally bought all the buildings around them now, and they've expanded. Like they own that whole basically almost block and corner. You're paying for their fucking probably $50,000-$60,000 a month lease. Like it's fucking ridiculous what the real estate there costs. So that's what you're paying for.
Was that is it even still around the Exchange Brewery in Niagara, whatever?
As far as I know, they're still there. Yeah,
I remember going there albino when I went down there with Maple Rusky, and he took us there, and it was a very high end kind of.
There's when that place opened, there was an awful lot of money behind it. It was a bunch of millionaires from the States decided they wanted to open a brewery in Ontario. So.
Well, you know what? If you ever make your way this way, Gateway City, our local brewery that makes great beer, but just in my opinion needs to be more adventurous. Like they don't make anything.
I can order Gateway City. I'm pretty sure,
but I'm just saying, like their brewery, like the people that have that, they've got some money behind them, and they have it's
near you.
Through me. You just ask me, and I'm like, "Oh, you have your pool, so I'll just bring a beer."
They went they started up. they started up in like a new strip mall thing that opened up, like an industrial strip mall, and were there for a couple of years, and then bought their own place. Somebody built another strip mall, and nothing was being rented, and they bought the whole building, and now they have their own place, and there's fucking like one of those virtual golf simulators in there. The Greco's Pizza in town has a kind of little side thing going on in there, so you can get food now. They've come a long way. I'm super happy for them. I just wish that they would make more adventurous. The best beer I've had from them, they did a collaboration with Great Lakes like 2 years ago or something like that, and it was a haze. The haze, I can't remember, but it was like the haziest IPA they ever made. They use some kind of something to generally like clear their beers and make them not hazy.
Did we lose Nick? He just looked like so out of it.
No, he's there.
Yeah.
No, Nick just fell asleep.
And then they're also a vegan brewery that they take great pride in the fact they're a vegan brewery, which like as far as I know, I was there maybe a week or so ago, and when I first noticed they have the Greco thing, like the Greco's Pizza Presto, they call it, used to be in New Ontario, but New Ontario changed to Wildwoods and then died, and they're gone now. And oh no, the most inconsistent brewery in the world will never be around again. But
so wait, is there does Highlander exist? Like, or do part of them exist at some point in one of these breweries, or is Highlander completely gone?
Highlander was gone, but they New Ontario still had the rights to make Highlander's Scottish ale and the fucking Blacksmith Porter or something like that, I think.
Okay.
But now that Highlander changed to South River Brewing, and then they're done as far as I know, and New Ontario's done, so I think Highlander's also like completely gone now.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah.
You can 10 at this point.
But yeah, I was gonna say I'm wondering if I assume that the Greco's in Gateway City is not vegan. And I'm honestly kind of surprised that they would like the people that run Gateway City are really vegan. Like,
I mean, I feel unless you feel like I feel unless murdering yeast is like considered non-vegan, like you have to kind of go out of your way to not have your beer vegan. Because I mean, I know there's the whole thing with was it Heineken or no, it's Guinness. I think that they filtered their beer through fish gills or something like that.
You know, there was some kind of fish, not filtered through fish gills, but there was some like fish bladder. Some kind of
some fish thing that filters, it does whatever, but it's like that seems to me like more of an extreme case. Like it's like most beer is vegan unless you find killing yeast to be non-vegan. Then
that's the thing, even in itself, right there, like
killing your innocent yeast.
Wait, but at the same time, like making beer, you're feeding the yeast, and then once it's out of food, it just. You're not necessarily murdering it. You're just, I guess you're starving it, so it's not bad. I don't know, but
I mean, really, when you're drinking beer, you're just having dead yeast and a bunch of yeast farce. That's basically what beer is.
Plus, Josh Bonds in the comments saying closest brewery near me is Nickelbrook. It's in Burlington. I haven't been, but enjoyed the cans I picked up.
Me and Nick went there.
Yeast. Yeah, I went to Nickelbrook
yeast.
with Carrie the one time back in 2019.
Nickelbrook is very solid.
Yeah, I miss their bastard beers, the Imperial Stouts.
It's kind of like GLB in sort of the Burlington area. Like again, their prices are pretty reasonable. They don't come out with as much new stuff as GLB, but I think they do come out with brewery only releases fairly often. So
Lee's talking about Isinglass, the fish bladder stuff. That's the stuff that they put in there that made it not vegan, but didn't
it sounds like
Isengard? Yeah, right. Lord of the Rings shit. No, I thought they got rid. They didn't Guinness say they stopped using Isinglass in their beers like a couple of years ago.
I think they did, yeah, because people once they found out about it were kind of grossed out by it.
They're grossed out. Using fish bladder in your beers. And at the same time, do you really need a clarifying agent in a stout? You can't see through it.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I'm all for animal welfare when possible, but my question is, I mean, I'm imagining they're probably just getting that isinglass from, like, I imagine they're probably not killing their own fish. They probably get it from a fish market where the fish are used to eat. People eat.
I'm sure it's like
hey,
the number of fish, the number of fish that are eaten around the world every day. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to source that from somewhere.
Yeah, it's like some lack of a better term, butcher a fish or whatever. It's like, hey, you got all these parts you're throwing out. We'll pay you a little bit of money for them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like harvesting fish and taking this bladder out.
It's a byproduct of the fishing industry.
They're not like shark finning. They're catching fish.
You're also dealing with people who are all about like, oh, I don't want any animals killed. I don't want to support any industry that kills animals. So like fish are, even then, like most people I see that are vegetarian or eat fish. So
to be honest, vegetarian is very different than vegan.
That's pescatarian.
But still, it wouldn't be bad if humans as a whole abstain from fish for a while. Like we are just straight up abusing the ocean at this point.
Are you telling in a chat where Lee Hardy's here that we should abstain from seafood?
Like,
some
of it, like in some places where like they've fished sharks so much that now like the squid are becoming. But
sharks should not be killed for any reason. That's
Lee actually ate so many fish that all isinglass went into the state of high scarcity.
I mean,
but
she just eats the whole thing, including the isinglass.
Everything.
Like one of those Heathcliff cartoons.
You know what? Smelt season was recent, and my sister and her boyfriend went and got a bunch of smelts, and I'm pretty sure you kind of got them, but you basically like take the head off and pull the guts out, and then just like batter and fry the rest of the fish to eat it whole.
That makes sense.
They're so fucking tasty.
So like that's the most common fish you see like caught in ice fishing. So like smelts, like you get a lot of smelts around here.
I don't know how they run now, but when I was a kid, we used to go to a small town called Magnetawan, and they had a whole festival. And you literally take your net and put it in the water and like count to fucking 2 and you'll have a full net of smelt. It was fucking insane. It was nuts.
That's crazy. Yeah, the thing, anytime I've ever seen somebody ice fishing around here, they're always catching smelts. Like there's like, you ever see like trucks with people, a cooler or something in the back of their truck selling smelt? Like
no.
No, I guess it's a maritime thing.
So I'm just going to bring up the obvious fact. There's a big fucking difference between eating fish and smelts and stuff and killing sharks. So let's not equate the two. Because
well, again, like if you're fishing and you catch a shark, and
that's exactly me, Lee.
If you take the shark and
me a glass of that, here it is.
Eat all of that shark and actually like make shark steaks or whatever. Like actually, but like the shark finning industry and shit where they catch a shark, cut the fins off, back. That's garbage.
Anyone, not that anyone's watching this show that participates, but anyone that participates in that industry, I hope you die. I hope your family dies. I hope everyone that you know and love dies because you're a goddamn piece of shit. Simple as that.
I tried I tried shark fin soup when I was 13.
Nick, you're a monster.
It wasn't anything special. I didn't know. I was 13. It was at a Chinese food restaurant in Newfoundland.
Wow. We went to a Chinese wedding a few years ago, and I got kind of pissed off because Agnes knew the menu and didn't tell me. And the first thing they fucking served is shark fin soup. I'm not even sure what the laws are now because they keep banning it in Ontario, then unbanning it, then banning it, whatever. I'm not even sure what the current laws are. Anyways, this place
I thought it was banned across the country here. I didn't know.
At one point, I think it was, but then I think they changed it back. I don't. Anyways, regardless,
fucking shark fin lobbyists.
And basically, what they do, they put the big, and again, it just looked like regular clear broth. It didn't have fucking fins floating or anything. They just put it on the table, and our table were kind of like the more like kind of the outcast friends because again, it was a Chinese wedding where like the 10% of people that weren't Asian of some sort, and there was one Asian chick at our wedding. Well, long story short, she was very dressed up at first. Later on, she took all her sweater off and stuff. My God, did she have big tits? But anyway, that's not the point of the story. She was the only one that ate the shark fin soup. Everyone else at the table, there's like 10 people at the table. Nobody ate it, so it was so awkward because she's just eating it herself, and she's like,
Anybody want any?
Am I doing something wrong, or we're just like no, just don't want
I remember it being like a brothy soup with like a little like flakes of what looked like pieces of fin in it, but it was pretty much just broth.
Well, no,
that's what it looked like.
From what I've seen,
Yeah.
the fin kind of like shreds apart, becomes kind of like strandy, and apparently doesn't. It adds texture, but no flavor from everything I've ever seen. Like and again, if the industry, if the shark fin industry existed to the point where they were catching sharks, taking off the fins, and actually utilizing the rest of the shark.
Yeah, and instead of just taking the fins and throwing them back.
But at the same time, they are catching the sharks are they're an integral part of a healthy ocean.
That is not at all what it looked like. It was just clear broth when we saw it. But,
I remember looking something like that.
But the fact is,
that's with a lot of mushrooms.
Regardless of whether you use the whole shark or not, you shouldn't be taking apex predators out of the environment. Now, maybe in certain ecosystems, there's too many sharks. They need to, thin them a little bit or something. But generally speaking, you should not be taking apex predators out of any environment because that causes massive issues. It's the same thing with these idiot trophy hunters in Africa.
I find this really interesting.
Look at Japan, where they have like the fucking massive thing where they slaughter a shit ton of dolphins and stuff. It's crazy.
I mean, yes, I think that's the point I was trying to make is don't kill them at all unless. Oh, there we go.
You only kill normal sharks that look for revenge halfway across the world and roar when they die. I'm normally a Michael Caine as lively wife Shakira.
I'm normally a Michael Caine supporter, but they should have let that shark live and continue to eat the snails and black people in that movie.
Beer?
We are having a beer.
And Michael Caine playing the sandwich.
Why don't we go back around? Say how we don't care sharks at all. It's Lee's being the PETA for sharks here.
Yeah. Anyway, if you kill sharks, I hope you and your family die. Simple as that. Right. Anyway, Nick, hi.
So hi, Greg. So let's go back over to Laylee and Rob, and we can get started on what our final thoughts on this beer are.
All right. So
while she's eating.
I had
hopefully not shark.
I had to dump my first can because it literally tasted like I was drinking tin.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was really bad. Really bad.
Have you drank tin before?
The tinny taste?
Everyone's licked a tin can here and there.
You should know what nickel and tin tastes like.
Drinking liquefied tin would burn your throat. That was the joke I was making.
Second can, just as bad. His can isn't as bad, but at this point, I just have this really bad taste in my mouth, and like I can't drink the beer anymore. Like really? It is completely undrinkable. It is. I don't know. We just got really shitty batch.
Ours came from the shelf, not the fridge.
When were your cans made? What was the canning date?
February 12th.
Okay.
So they're really bad.
They're
really bad. Like they're really, really fucking bad. I got like a bit of a blueberry taste where I was like, "Oh, this is gonna taste good," and then it just hit me in the face with like this fucking.
Did you have a backup can to try?
Yeah, and same with our backup can. We tried 3 cans.
But Rob's was slightly better.
Rob's, like it was just a little bit less, but it's like undrinkable. Like I'm not drinking it. Wow. I had a few sips and like I cannot drink this. So
that's unfortunate.
Part of me wonders if maybe it's just something in the beer that maybe it's the taste you're just sensitive to.
It could be. It possibly could be. It just, I guess it could be just a bad batch, like just unlucky. But it's not. But the thing is, because my first can, the first one I had was so bad, the taste is just lingering in my mouth. Like I can't get it out now. So unfortunately, it's gonna get really shitty reviews for me. So I think it's just gonna go ones across the board. Like it's so bad for me. I can't.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm a pretty big fan of flying monkeys, and these were just. I think it's just really bad cans for us. Like I think we just got a shitty batch, or something happened to them, or whatever. But they're really fucking bad.
Wow.
I can't get past that flavor. Like it's undrinkable. It's worse than Canadian for me.
Ouch.
Wow,
that's bad.
That is
how about you, Rob? What do you think?
It smells really delicious, but then it got that hint of tin, and it was not pleasant after that. But my first sip tasted like I was chewing on those warhead candies, nice and sour. It was kind of nice. So I mean, I would give it like 4s, but mostly because I think the cans are bad.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he got like a taste. His tasted better than mine, but I had that taste in my mouth. I just can't get it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it again.
And where'd you buy these from?
LCBO in Ottawa.
And refrigerated or not refrigerated?
Non.
Yeah. Okay.
I was going to try and get a beer tonight. I was going to try to get one that was refrigerated from North Bay. That was my plan. But by the time I finished work, it was too late.
Well, to be fair, you would have had beer all over your lap and couch right now if you did. So.
It wouldn't come from Sobeys.
It was going to come from the LCBO, and it was going to be refrigerated.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's circle. Thank you, Lee and Rob. Let's circle around and go over to Mr. Redbeard, who I know is a big fan of sours. But how did that thing drink after your initial experience with overflowing onto the couch? Scoring on the couch. It wouldn't be the first.
Was a good time.
On the couch.
That's right. I scored all the time. I pee myself every day. This was surprise. Like now that it's like completely settled down and that's like a normal fucking beer. It's good. It's fine. It's totally okay. Like it's got a nice little sour kick to it. Blueberry, kind of like what is? It's got lactose something, right? Or something?
I don't think so. I don't think
so. There's this. It feels like it's got a bit of a mouthfeel to it, but
no, they don't say lactose.
Regardless,
no, there's no lactose in the label. It could be a lemon verbena.
I don't know, but again, it's got a bit of a nice mouthfeel to it. It's pretty tasty shit. Somebody in the comments is just irrationally angry at this beer in the brewery. It seems like in general, it's kind of funny.
I like this brewery. I usually really like the stuff from this brewery.
These days I'm hit or miss depending on what they do. Like sometimes they just like go way too overboard with the artificial ingredients and shit. Like there's a 4-pack, the chocolate sampler box, whatever it's called. You can buy it.
Dan and I reviewed that.
Yeah,
wasn't very good.
They're not great. It's.
I want to try the new Wonder Box. I haven't seen it yet.
Like some beers, they make like a sparkle puff when it's fresh. Always good go to.
I thought their cotton candy IPA they made. I think it was last year. That was one of those beers where I thought it was really, really good, but I only ever wanted one of it. I never wanted a second one, but one was delicious. And actually a bar, weirdly a dive bar near me. Timothy's, you guys have both been there.
I have.
They had no, that's okay. Sorry. Lady Lee and Carrie have been there. Rob maybe has been there. I don't know, but Nick definitely has not been there. Anyways, it's my favorite dive bar, and they had it on tap. Weirdly enough, which is just not the clientele I'd expect.
I remember having that was a different 4-pack they had, I believe, and I remember. I think I didn't like that beer, but Flying Monkeys.
Is it towards you, or are you just angry, Lee?
If a puppy's blind with cancer, you may have to just put it out of its misery sometimes. Like maybe not drown it, but...
Or are they drowning the blind puppies with cancer? Like are they? Did they have a pool of cancer? They're drowning.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's the worst I've ever heard.
With cancer with a cancer that's mixed with dirty swamp water.
Listen, I think Lee's just upset that they haven't come up with a new pope yet. He's dying to find out who the next pontiff will be.
Did you see the video of the conclave thing? Woodward like says the thing, like walks down, that shuts the doors. It was like this whole fucking. It's crazy, but
it's hardcore.
Yeah. This beer
200 plus popes.
It's pretty good. The fact that it's held up unrefrigerated. Again, it tried to drown me when I opened it, but it's in the past.
We've all been there.
I got to go like 9 for style, and I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna go 8 for personal enjoyment. This is still really tasty. The blueberries there. It's a really nice. It's tasty.
It's gonna be a weird review.
This might be the biggest spread.
I think it's literally just because we got a bad batch. Like, I honestly think we
Yeah.
just got a shitty batch.
But the weird thing is, I got the same canning date. I'll give my thoughts in a moment. But all right.
You scanned before one employee randomly sprayed pee somewhere. I don't know.
Gross. All right. Speaking of spraying pee everywhere, hey, Greg.
Yeah, who doesn't? Hey, sometimes you aim right, sometimes you don't aim right. It just is what it is.
As long as you get in your pool.
Well, sometimes maybe. I mean, I peed in my backyard yesterday. Not my pool, but I peed in my backyard.
Sorry, your dog's
made me
peeing
feel
back
very
there,
manly.
too.
I know, so do I. We all mark our territories. So there we go. I'll give a quick review of this quickly. I don't know if we'll ever end up doing this, but this is actually really fucking delicious. I recommend picking up a can if you can. It's
weekend beverages.
And it's very nationalistic, so Mr. Lee will love it.
Wow.
Anyway, Velvet Bubble Lord. That's what it's called. Dipped into my second beer because I got pretty far into this one, so there you go. Does that necessarily mean it's good? No, not really. So right off the bat, they're going to combine a sour, which I'm not the biggest fan of sours, with a blueberry beer, which I don't think I've ever had an actual good blueberry beer before. Maybe I have. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Have we had that one? Or I don't remember. Do we anal?
Yeah, we did. We did it at the shit bucket manor. Right, can't.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
I don't really remember it. So yeah, it's definitely sour. It's not that sour. Not really. It's like a beginner sour beer. So I mean that part's fine. It's definitely got the blueberry taste to it, and it does have. See, I'm getting an aftertaste. It's not tin. I do believe, if my memory. Now I do try to avoid blueberry beers, but if my memory serves me correctly, pardon me. I think the aftertaste is actually the same aftertaste I've gotten with other blueberry beers, where, for lack of a better term, it's almost like an old fruit taste or something. Like I'm eating fruit that's a little past its prime.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of get from this. I do get the whole Warhead sour candy thing. Sorry?
Ripe fruit? Like overly ripe fruit?
Well, like overly ripe fruit. Like I'm the type of person I don't like to waste food. So
like a dried fruit kind of thing.
So like maybe if I was eating blueberries, but they're just a little past their prime, but I'm like, well, I don't want to throw them out, so I'm going to eat them anyway. That's kind of the thing I'm getting. Is kind of it's a little bit of a, not that they've gone bad yet, but they're on that verge. Yeah, I feel that's kind of what I'm getting from this. So I definitely am not going to go down to Lady Lee or Rob levels because I don't hate this thing. I don't particularly like it either. So it's going to be personal. Well, let's go with style first. I'm going to go 6.5 because I think it's a decent sour for what it is. I've certainly had better sours. I've certainly had sours I've enjoyed less because they were just too sour. So this one's kind of hits my thing. Personal enjoyment 5.5. It's a pass, but I'm not loving it. It's just I would not buy this again. If Nick gave me one day when I came to visit him, I'd drink it, but I'd be like, I don't know, Nick, can I have one of a Moosehead from that presidential pack instead? Like, you know,
you just said it meets your thing.
Sorry?
You just said it meets your thing. Whatever that meant.
Meets my thing?
That's what you said at the end of your... Yeah, it meets my thing.
Okay, I'll have to replay that. I don't know what I said. Anyway, no, actually going back, no, this is better than a Moosehead lager. Actually, I disagree with what I just said. It is better than that. But yeah. So there we go. 6.5 and a 5.5 for me. It's a pass, but it's not a great pass for me. So there we go.
Wow.
I'm basically in the middle of a Rob Lee and Redbeard sandwich. Let's see where Nick is on the sandwich. Is Nick going to be the tomato or the mustard?
Could be either right. Could be the mayo.
Well, there we go.
All right, so I could be the bacon in the sandwich. I know Greg doesn't love it like that, but everybody else does.
I have nothing against bacon. I just won't pay extra for it.
That's
all right,
good one.
I will. Yeah, this is a very broad spread on this review. Like knowing where I'm going to go with this.
Gotta get those broads to spread, right?
Really rock bottom with Lee. You got top end with Carrie or Greg in the middle of the road. Me, I generally like this beer. I think it's does what it says. Like blueberry bubble lord makes me like I must be the only one that's getting bubble gum out of this. I don't think I heard that word uttered tonight.
No, I don't get that.
I'm getting like a bubblegummy, like sweet, maybe slightly artificial blueberry kind of smell to it when I first opened up the can. I get a tart, tannic, lemony, subtle, earthy, herbal, blueberry, bubblegum note when drinking it. Maybe a hint of like citrus. It's almost like citrusy lemon cranberry. You ever had like lemon cranberry bread? You have that kind of that tart, tannic, kind of weird, bordering on this berry taste. Maybe a little hint of this like dried gummy-ish dried fruits kind of taste. And this is the thing, like I get where you might be saying like tinny, but that's like I'm getting tannic. Like it is sour.
I literally just tasted
it could be just in a way that some people don't like. So finish is lingering tannic blueberry bubblegum notes. Overall, I feel like this is a pretty tasty, decent sour, but the blueberry and the bubblegum kind of notes kind of come off as a little artificial. So that's the only negative I've got on this. And I'm almost right up there with Carrie on this one. I think I'm going to give this an 8.5 for style and an 8 for overall. Enjoying it. I like it. I would drink this again. I wouldn't want to pay $6.99 a can. Like I forget how much this was. I think it was like $5.49 a can, which is still a little much.
Jesus Christ! I don't know.
No, craft beer is fucking expensive these days.
So at least if I go to Nick's house, he won't offer it to me because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I won't buy it. You'll be getting a bottle of Soul at this rate.
I don't mind Soul. I'll take it.
Again, but with throw a lime in there, dude, it becomes amazing. Holy fuck!
I feel like the Soul is like this is like miles beyond like Corona. This is the good shit.
Yeah, but again, like the lime makes it so fucking good.
When we have a slow week or something in the summer, we need to do like a Corona versus Soul face off.
That'd be kind of neat, or just do like a cerveza night or something. Like that.
That would be fun. We should do that.
Because you get Modelo, you get Corona, you got. I think we've even got Amsterdam cerveza right now that we could do at some point soon.
There's a few different cervezas that are available around town right now.
GLB has one they just released too. It's pretty decent.
I think I randomly bought some kind of a Nickelbrook lime beer or something today.
You know, this past week probably would have been good for doing because Cinco de Mayo was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever. There's your Mexican content for the week. So, yeah, I don't know. I still like this one. I like it better than some people here. So, okay, so I'm going to do the math on it. But Lee's already asking the question, what's next week's beer? We'll get to that in a bit. Nick is the light mayo at this point. Yeah, you know what? I am the light mayo. I'm starting looking at the jawline. You can start seeing I actually have a jaw.
Very nice.
I mean, if this goatee wasn't here, I might even be showing my little dimple that I've got right here in the middle of my chin.
Plus, I mean, Nick, you look really good. You look really good.
Those dimples going, you got to get the mustache.
Okay, you're in the choke play. A couple of craft breweries here are now doing
it. I'm going to come.
Doing what? Is that cerveza, or are we talking something else?
Coming or
Greg is not covered his own secret.
It's almost like we should do an episode and Lee can rejoin the show. Probably not.
A few breweries are now brewing Greg come apparently.
As long as we're not drinking foo ass water, I guess. Apparently.
Yes, we're not drinking frou ass water like this shit. Yes, Mexican style. I love Mexican style lagers, and I've been like extremely hooked on fucking Soul lately. Like I think I've drank like 36 bottles of this stuff since we did the BA 101 of it.
You've been.
I thought you were gonna say like tonight.
No, what he just said is he's been hooked on fucking Soul. No. Nick's been fucking empty barrels when he's done.
All right.
There you go, Jamie. There's your gift for the night.
More like 18. Right. Let's keep moving along here.
Left.
I'm happy to see that Nick's ass is still the photo for our chat.
What? Oh, my butt crack.
You're sweet. No, Nick, you got quite the booty going on there.
No.
I just I look at that photo and I'm like, man, everybody can see my jeans are up my ass crack in that photo. Because I just sort of I hopped off the seat to stand up and I just my pants got caught on the edge of the nose of the seat, and it's pulling right up my ass crack.
Hey, you're
nobody knows what we're talking about. We only have 3 viewers too, and
we have a face hugger.
I like the. Oh no, you killed it.
I'm trying to find it and see if I can find the picture.
Is that a Lego?
I think that was on.
Yeah.
It is. It's supposed to be a bunny rabbit.
That is
more like a face hugger to me.
Yeah, that's a face hugger for sure.
Oh wow, cool. A face hugger from. It's like the local.
Alien?
Now it looks like a dick on your face.
It's a Lego bunny.
Has a bit of an elephant appearance to it, I guess. If you fold the first 3 ones, the ears and the head and the trunk. That's not a bunny. That's not a bunny.
This butt crack picture we're talking about. I'm just going to share that the guy that hosts K100 Mornings is a friend of mine that I used to work with, and he was at the bike ride I did on last Saturday.
Close your open Facebook chat.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
Brandon. Okay. So yeah, there's a photo here that he took. Ooh, there's the meat. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, look at that booty.
Yeah, you can see my butt crack right here. Everybody wants to check out my ass. That's the meat I'm bringing to the table right now, baby.
How are you not pulling that wedgie out of there? Oh my god, dude! What the hell?
Like those are like fucking TikTok pants.
It looks like it looks like you're wearing a thong on top of your jeans. That's insane. What the fuck?
Hey, we have only 2 viewers. Brandon's left the chat.
Yeah, Brandon didn't like the anal separation he was seeing.
Anyway, so
Offspring song. Something Nick's.
He was enjoying the feeling, leaving him alone. All right, I gotta do the math on the show here a second. Keep talking.
You write don't you have like Excel or something where you can have a spreadsheet program where you just input the numbers and done? Yeah, you would. You've been doing this for a while. You'd think you would have had a more streamlined.
I just write it in a notepad.
Yeah, again, you have
notepad.
You have Microsoft Office. Do not.
5.
So I gotta also say, milk bags probably the worst Canadian invention ever because milk bags suck.
You know what? I disagree.
I don't really drink milk.
I fucking love milk and milk bags.
That's a body, George. That's on.
Growing up, didn't really know, but now that I have a vacuum sealer and stuff, milk bags. I'd finish the bag of milk, cut the top off, wash it out. They're fantastic vacuum sealing bags.
We just buy them in a carton. I don't drink milk really all that much, but Agnes likes it with her coffee and occasionally oatmeal. And the cartons work just fine. And we never end up throwing out milk because it goes bad. And no, I don't have a vacuum sealer. I'm not going to buy one. So
no, that's again depending on how much you want to drink. That's fair enough because if you buy milk in bags, it comes in three bags. Again, I can go through 3. I can go through a bag of milk a day.
Yeah, so you drink a lot of milk. So we buy the lactose-free milk from Costco, and it's the same size as regular, just a little cheaper at Costco. And Agnes goes through one every 2 to 3 weeks, but because it's lactose-free, it doesn't go bad that quickly. So it actually it has a pretty long expiry date. It's got a 2-month expiry date on it, and it actually stays fresh reasonably well.
I always had lactose. I'm not officially lactose intolerant, but you know me, lactose doesn't get along with me. But I tried drinking that lactose-free milk, and it just kept making me constipated.
I don't know if you tried I tried
I don't know about that, but
I think at Walmart I bought the Fairlife chocolate milk.
Cola.
It was like $6 for a pretty not huge thing, but oh my god, that's the best chocolate milk I've ever had in my life.
Yeah,
I feel like my score knocked it down pretty bad.
Yeah, you're not the only one. That's pretty much means that Greg was the closest without.
I was kind of in the middle because both Nick and Kara were fairly high, and you and Rob. Well, Rob was more in the middle. You were fairly low, so I mean,
I was at the bottom.
Well, you guys got bad cans. You got bad cans.
That may be. Maybe it's not the worst, but that may be one of the worst scores you've ever given on BA 101.
I don't think it's the worst, but it's probably the worst
beer,
we've given a. It's probably the worst we've given a Flying Monkeys beer.
My beer looks nothing like the beer in that picture, color wise. What I do let Lee is like rolling his eyes at me. The fuck that like what's great?
Buzzkill Hardy.
Great care.
What? Sorry.
Old Buzzkill Hardy and the Come Downers.
You're welcome.
Wow.
That is my job. I bring the
Come Downers sounds kind of dirty. I don't know.
I'm a cruel, evil woman.
Or just a woman.
We should all have flags on the back of our pickup trucks to say "fuck Hardy," but
fuck Hardy. Fuck hard. So that said,
can you imagine that that'd be a fun movement to just like to fucking circumvent all the fuck Carney and just think of somebody you hate. Everybody just have a fuck somebody else sticker on their truck. That'd be kind of fun.
Fuck Carrie. Okay, so let's go. Let's go to.
There's always so much room for fuck Greg stickers on his Corolla.
Fuck you, Greg. Yeah, car's already covered.
Custom wrap.
All right, so Lee's asked the magic question. What's next week's beer? We are going to do another Ontario beer. This time from Collective Arts. IPA number 30. Where's the
It's probably another foo-foo bullshit beer.
Oh yeah. It's what is it? It's a Miami style, whatever the fuck that means. New England style IPA, 6.8% ABV. That doesn't sound that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but what the fuck is Miami style?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's got an RV on it. Are they cooking meth in that RV?
Cliffhanger. Next week.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe crack you open my thing tonight because I don't have much other beer.
You know what? It's brew. It's the artwork is by Lee.
Oh, there we go.
Lee Kelly.
Kelly.
That's double Lee says it sounds like crap. It probably. You never know. It could be. All right. So
to see the rating.
As long as I'm not the one reviewing.
Tune in next week to see if the rating gets brought down by somebody.
Some bitch. Why do you met her on the show?
You're not a bitch. You're not a bitch.
So we're going to start kicking Lee off the show and just have Rob now.
Exactly. We want Rob.
You already have your beer fill, right?
This has been Rob's plan all along.
Last week, if I remember correctly, Rob was. Well, last week was the Greg thing. Was there one recently where Rob was the one who like brought it down?
Yeah, it was the week before.
Yeah. So
that's what happens. Sometimes people bring stuff down. I remember the one I brought down that all you guys fucking were coming over. I think it was the Founders Vintage Ale or something that I just gave an awful mark to, and everyone else fucking loved it.
It's almost like people get different batch variations or have different taste.
Or it's like me and stouts. I bring down stouts.
No, you know what? Again, like there's like it's going to be a palate shift kind of thing.
No, there was a stout I enjoyed. Everyone else hated it.
Okay.
Speaking of palate shift, that's what Lee's doing tonight. No, or I mean, he might have done the other night. I don't know. I'm just working tonight.
Anyway.
Right. Anyway, so let's wrap this up. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Josh Bond. Anybody else forgot? Craig was in the chat. Thank you to Craig, and of course Rob.
Cheers,
we will chat with you folks later, and next week, and of course we'll pan out by looking at Carrie's penis.
It's nice and
on display for you all.
And a moo cow.
All curvy and hard in some spots and soft.
A moo cow's right on the P.
Just change it to Batwing.
To P or your cat.